Hello and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. That's Ken.
Hey, guys.
I'm John.
What's up, John?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Not much, man. Not much. Another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise.
Yes.
And we have hit 700 subscribers.
Yeah.
More than that, actually.
Moving on up.
Yeah, so we get 100 subscribers every few months.
Depends.
Not as fast as we thought we'd be going,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
But we don't pay for our subscribers. We haven't done any of that. You ever hear
No.
about that? People paying for
People
that?
pay for their subscribers. They
Yeah.
pay for their likes. They pay for people to comment.
Yeah.
Not us, baby.
And that's how they get
We
a
don't
million
need ya.
likes. Yeah. Unless, yeah.
We don't need those robots.
Yeah, we don't need to do an OnlyFans.
No. Well,
No.
that's how I make some extra money.
Yeah.
What pays for the beer?
Yeah, that's true. Hey, speaking of beer, what are we drinking today?
What do we got? We've got a porter today from Anchor Brewing.
Yeah, Anchor or Anchor Steam. Is it Anchor or Anchor Steam? It used to be. I used to always refer to it as Anchor Steam, but now looking at the bottle, it's like it just says
Anchor Brewing Company.
Anchor Brewing. So maybe I think Anchor Steam is their signature. That's
One of
like
their beers?
Yeah, that's really what put them on the map. 127 years ago.
127 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Incredible. So is it considered America's oldest craft?
I believe that's what they call themselves.
Yeah, I don't know, because Yingling's always been in there, and I know they're really old. But is that considered craft or what? I know in the industry they used to determine craft on the size of the brewery, and the amount that it was producing. So
Maybe it's possible that Anchor was just making beer and there was no tap room and Yingling started with a tap room. I'm not sure.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
That's interesting. But interesting enough about Anchor is we heard recent news that they were pretty much going out of business. Yeah,
After 127, they're going to lock the door and throw away the
they're
key.
Apparently liquidating. And getting rid of everything. So actually, I was telling John, finding these. I called about 6 stores because I want to talk about Anchor a little bit. We want to have the beer on here, and I called like 6 stores. Do you have any Anchor beer? I don't care what it is. Do you have any Anchor beer? I want to, Finally, I found one locally here in Chester, and at the ShopRite Liquors here, and I said, "Do you have any Anchor?" And they're like, "Let me check. We have the porter." I was like, "All right, I'm taking it."
Sold.
Yeah, I like a good porter.
I mean, they stopped brewing. They're only packaging what they have left now, and I believe they plan to close down July 31st.
Oh,
which is
very soon. Is that
yesterday?
Oh yes, we filmed this ahead of time, but
Yesterday.
maybe.
Yesterday.
Well, there's a lot going on because the workers there said we want to kind of try to take over it, but it's an expensive process. It's owned by Sapporo now, which is a Japanese beer company.
And the city of San Francisco is doing everything they could to help the workers. I mean, I guess not financially. They're trying to buy time so the workers can try to get it back because San Francisco does not want this company to close down.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco, if they don't have Anchor, San Francisco has nothing going for it anymore.
Rice-A-Roni.
Except homeless people.
Rice-A-Roni.
And Rice-A-Roni to San because San Francisco is going to shit.
Yeah.
It's been pretty bad over. It was bad when I went there. I don't know, 15 whatever years ago. Whenever I was there last, it was there's some sketchy areas over there.
Was there?
Yeah. A lot of.
Well, it's every big city now.
Yeah, but it's I guess I mean if you think about it, if you were homeless, where would you want to live? Well, dude, San Francisco's got nice weather. You're gonna be on the street, It's not like New York where you have winters. It could be like 0 degrees.
Yeah, I'm going to San Fran.
Go to San Fran at least every day. It's like whatever. I get a nice breeze at night. I feel all right, And so maybe that's why they have such a high homeless population. But so back to Anchor. Yeah, I think it's sad to hear that. Because this was, like I said, this is like an OG. Yeah.
I've never had an Anchor beer before.
Really?
No.
So, well, I'm glad we got some, and you can actually, if you want, take a couple bottles home if you like it, too.
Pop in my cherry.
Yeah.
And I love a good porter this time of year in the hot July weather. But porters are light. This is 5.6%, less than the IPAs we drink.
Yeah.
It smells delicious. It looks delicious.
It does.
I'm going to take my sip now.
Yeah, cheers, bud.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for picking this up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's a shame they're going
really
out of business.
good.
This is like
It's like a soda.
it's malty.
Very malty in a good way.
Yeah, I would say the only thing going down is really nice. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is that lingering finish. You kind of get that bitterness at the ends. It's very bitter, and it sits on your tongue afterwards. Sometimes I like to have that finish. You get it, where it doesn't linger.
Where the hell did you store this? Because it's like ice cold. It's so good,
bro.
Was that in the freezer?
This is in the old refrigerator in my garage that came with the house.
We need old refrigerators back.
We talked about it that one episode.
Yeah,
we said
stupid new
this thing's still
crap that we have.
Keeping things ice cold.
Ice cold. I mean, I see the next one sweating. Like you can see it's ice cold in there, and I'm jealous.
And it's not even warm down here.
No.
Because we're in a basement.
Beautiful down here.
Yeah, but I think it's good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, hopefully they work things out and get this going. And like I said, it's not something like it's not like a thing where you can have a GoFundMe because it's like they're talking like multi millions of dollars. So it's.
I'll throw $5 in.
Yeah, I'll buy another 6-pack.
Yeah.
So apparently though the sales went up like crazy because when they made the announcement of it closing. So hence the reason why it was probably so damn hard for me to find any.
I believe they're closing because they went bankrupt.
Well,
so maybe they weren't doing so good, and then they're like, "All right, we're closing," and now all of a sudden everybody.
Yeah, well, they need to just. I think that's what every business.
And the owner's 127 years old. We don't know how much time he's got left.
Yeah, I think. But yeah, interestingly enough, it's just funny how it works. Where when these businesses announce they're going to close or this is going to happen. Remember, what was it? Twinkies. Remember Twinkies?
Yeah,
that was supposed to be gone.
Twinkies was Hostess. Yeah, my dad worked for. That company. My dad worked for Wonder Bread, and Wonder Bread and Hostess, I believe, were under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
And they went away, and then all of a sudden they came back. They don't taste the same no more, though.
No?
Nah. You ever have a Twinkie or any?
I haven't had one in years.
Like stuff that we used to eat when we were kids, like the cupcakes or devil dogs.
Like Drake's Cakes.
Funny Bones.
Yeah.
They don't taste the same anymore.
Nah?
Remember those little green apple pies?
Oh, yeah, I love those.
Those were great.
I love those. And unless they were old and got dry, and then you're like, ugh. And the other one was Wonder Bread. Remember Wonder Bread? They said that was going to be gone, and then
it's back. Yep.
And that tastes the same, I think.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if it's the recipes, if it's the people making it, or if it's just us that we're grown up now. And
maybe
our kiddie sweet tooth is gone.
But I think when it comes to bread and when it comes to like your old school bread, I think nothing compares to Wonder Bread.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my dad worked for the company, so I grew up on it.
It's just that soft and
very soft,
and it lasts for like ever. Like if you feel like it's getting old or something, and like say it's a weekend, you throw it in the fridge. We've had Wonder Bread last for like a month. It's
I don't do that shit.
Yeah, I know. John won't be eating chips that have been already opened.
I bought a big bag of Cape Cod jalapeno kettle chips yesterday.
Yeah.
And I opened up the bag and I had some, and then I closed the bag. And my daughter's like, "Well, you might as well just throw it out." I was like, "Shut up."
You got to get that heat sealer thing for it, you know?
Yeah.
Or you know what I do? I throw it in the Ziploc.
It don't matter.
Yeah. Just throw it all in the Ziploc. But you know, cheers to these guys. Hopefully it works out for them over at Anchor Steam.
Yep. And if not, congratulations on your retirement.
Yes, we wanted to pay some homage to the what these guys did and enjoy beer, a nice Anchor beer.
So how's your week been?
My week has been good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had a crazy week, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little something about my week. I was on vacation last week from work. I didn't go anywhere. We went camping for a few days.
Yeah.
Disaster.
Bad weather, right?
Rained. We lost power. We brought hundreds of dollars worth of food. We barely ate any of it. We had to order pizza. We went out to dinner one night. We went to a brewery during the day and ate. It was just crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then we came home, and then I went to go see Dave Matthews. So it got better.
Okay.
Dave Matthews concert at PNC was great.
All right.
Loved it. We had a great time. Shoulder to shoulder, a lot of people. Lots of people. But it's a Dave Matthews band, so everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Singing, dancing.
Yeah. They're
smoking.
doing their ballerina dance
Had a wonderful time. Next day, I go to use my debit card. It's not in my wallet.
Oh, God.
Where's my debit card?
You left it there.
I bought the chairs. Well, PNC is now cashless, so you have to use a card.
Gotcha.
Can't find it anywhere. I go on their Lost and Found on their website, and they're actually pretty cool. When they collect everything, if you have a cell phone or sunglasses or a shirt, they take a picture of it and they put it on the website.
Yeah.
But if it's a card, it just says the bank name.
Yeah.
And then you have to put in a claim for it. And then they ask you for the last 4 numbers.
Yeah.
They ask for the name, blah, blah, blah. And there I see my bank name.
Huh.
Damn, it's there. Put in a claim for it. It took them like 4 days to get back to me.
Yeah.
They finally got back to me. They did confirm it is my card. They wanted me to come down on a non-show day, Monday through Friday, between 12 and 3. Who has the time to do that?
Can you just tell them cut it? I'll get a new one.
But who has the time to do that?
Yeah, I know.
But I am going back this Saturday because I have tickets to see Stained and Godsmack.
Oh.
I had to beg them. Can I just pick it up on Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, the hours are 12 to 3. I'm not sure. But I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, don't make me take a day off to
Yeah.
drive down there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there Saturday. And the lady's like, okay, fine. Like, it's a big deal. You're there
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
I have to pick it up at will call.
Well, the way they're looking at it is like, oh, we're going to be very busy. There's a concert going on. We really don't want any distractions.
the Lost and Fans at will call.
Yeah.
It's like going to pick up tickets.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all it
true.
is.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's there. I haven't canceled it yet. I know it's safe. I know nobody's using it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You know when you have your debit card and things are attached to it and your apps and you know, everything? And
Well, yes, especially if you know that. I guess you don't want to get a new card if you know the number and you're familiar with it. Yeah, I guess too. Yes, I understand. I know what you're saying.
you know, I got payments out of there, like, apps, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get a new one.
Yeah, sometimes you just. Yeah, but I'm infamous for forgetting my credit card places.
Yeah.
It happened to me.
I've never done this before, ever.
Happened me last time was at the Catskills. We went to some restaurant. I put they gave me the credit card back, but I tend to leave it in the book thing that they give you.
Oh.
And so I'll like sign it and just close it, and the credit card's still there.
Yeah.
So, but we had decided to check out a store next door, and there was like a little butcher kind of marketplace and stuff. So I bought some meats and things, and I go to pay, and I was like, "Oh, where's my credit card?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, good thing I'm only one store next door, so I was able to walk in and grab it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it happens,
Never done that before. So I had an up and down weekend. Was supposed
Yeah.
to take the kids to the beach last Friday. The weather said like 90% rain.
Yeah.
Not a drop came down.
Yeah. I actually went out Friday. I went out that
We
Friday.
wound up going to the Woodbury Commons.
Yeah.
You know, we did some shopping. Got the kids
Yeah.
some sneakers for school, and
Nice.
we got some.
And Tim Barn?
And Tin Barn. We hit up Tin Barn. Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So I had an up and down week, and it's good to be back here drinking some beers. and
Yeah.
Back to normal.
I'm glad you're back here.
Yeah.
We're hanging out.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
all the great things we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Well, this one is not so great.
Oh, why? What was? Oh,
Yeah.
whoops.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, not that great.
We lost a classic, man.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett passed away.
Tony Bennett.
I guess him and Lady Gaga, they weren't getting along anymore, and he said, "I'm moving on, Lady Gaga."
I'm moving on. Yeah, it was pretty sad though, because I watched something on the last concert that he performed with her, and
Isn't that weird? That they were like together for like the last few
yeah,
years. Right?
yeah,
It's strange.
I know it's odd. Well, he worked with Amy Winehouse back in the day too.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. They did some duets and stuff, and then she died of alcohol poisoning.
He's got something for a younger girl.
Well, we're gonna get on that in a second. But he, Lady Gaga basically had said that she didn't recognize him. I mean, he didn't recognize her.
Yeah, he lost his marbles.
Yeah, he was because he was suffering from dementia and all that stuff, Alzheimer's, and she said though she didn't know what to expect when they went on the stage, but once that music started playing,
Everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that something else?
Yeah.
And he just
Your mind remembers what it wants to remember, and
yeah.
that's his life. So
Yeah, it's like it's almost like when you have involuntary responses, like blinking,
yeah.
like what he did when it came to singing, it just came, it just happened.
And he was good at it.
Yeah, and he loved to sing at home, and he would sing and he was always able to do that. When the piano started playing, his eyes lit up. And
I don't remember how old he was. I'm trying to
96.
Oh, he was 96.
Yeah, and his wife, from what I understand, is 56.
Makes sense.
So that when you say he likes the younger woman, that's a 40-year age gap.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big age.
And look at this. His signature song is "I Left My Heart in San Francisco."
Oh, well, there you go.
At Anchor Brewing.
At Anchor Brewing.
Wow, what a shame.
But he lived a good life. He lived a long life. I mean, it's sad to see, people go out that way. My grandfather was that way, where he just didn't, he didn't recognize anyone. And,
yeah,
it's
I think that's going to be me.
Sad way to go.
I feel like it's starting already with me. I can't remember certain things.
Oh God, that's all of us, man. Yeah. I think that just comes. I think it comes with stress. I think when you're
maybe that would make
pressure, stress, having kids, and a lot going on.
Yeah,
it's inevitable.
What stress?
Yeah, I know. This is how I know. Isn't that bad? Our vices, and the things we do is we drink our beer and drink our bourbon, and that's
and talk to a wall,
and things are all right.
Yeah, dude. It don't matter if you have, like I said, my week was up and down. It doesn't matter if you're having a shit day, a great day, a bad week, a bad month. When we come down here and we open up these beers and open up that bourbon and we stare at this camera, we're talking to absolutely nobody. Everything is all right.
If you never shot a podcast, that's really what you're doing. You're talking into a wall. I'm looking at a wall that has a camera on it right now.
There's a big light in my eye right now.
Yes, there's a bunch of lights here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the camera lights 7. So 7 lights shining on us right now.
Yeah, and then pictures of Ken from around the world.
Yeah. And there's pictures of all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, pictures. Me, you, and Ruben there, and me and the owner of Dogfish there.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer over there.
Poor Man's Poison.
Poor Man's
when we
Poison.
did the first podcast with those guys. I got
One day we'll have to take off that camera. We'll do a little tour down here, right? Because it's really cool down here.
Yeah.
You got some cool McSorley stuff over there. You got your pub table in the corner over there.
Yeah.
With some taps on the wall.
Yeah, one day. Right now, it's because it is the basement. It is still used for storage here and there. So my wife was cleaning out our one storage room, and everything ends up out here. So that's been a little bit of a process cleaning some stuff out.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
We lost somebody else, too. Who I'm not going to lie. I thought this person was dead already. Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, So we're filming this on a Wednesday, so it just happened today. For us.
Yeah.
Because this will be airing next Tuesday, but this just happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know, and my wife had said, she goes, John just posted that Sinead O'Connor died. I was like, no way.
I thought she was dead already.
Yeah, I knew.
I thought she committed suicide years ago, but apparently it was a failed attempt.
Oh.
I was talking to a buddy, and he said that she locked herself in a hotel room on Route 46 in Teterboro and tried to off herself, and it didn't work.
Oh, wow.
So I thought she was dead already. She just died from, I don't even know what she died from. I
think it was suicide, right?
Today?
Maybe.
Was it suicide?
I
thought she just had a lot of issues and mental breakdowns.
Well, usually when they say when they follow up with something that says she suffered from mental illness, typically I think that's the direction they're pointing. So it's not confirmed yet, at least now.
And she was only 56 years old.
Yeah, that's young. Well, her son I think committed suicide a year ago or something, right?
Yes.
So I mean, she's been dealing with a lot, or she dealt with a lot, So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Were you a fan?
Was I when the only song that I really knew of hers was Prince's song, right? I mean, that was that Nothing Compares song.
Nothing. I think there was another one too.
Yeah, I think that's the only one I knew.
Yeah, it doesn't say how she.
And I like that song. I liked it a lot, even though it wasn't originally hers. At the time I thought it was originally hers. I didn't know that Prince sang it, but
I just knew that now.
Yeah.
You just told me.
Oh yeah, that was a Prince song. Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame, I mean,
Mental health. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing.
I think people need more bourbon in their life, Or more beer. Yeah. Speaking of which, what's the next one here?
Well, we're going all the way from the West Coast, and we're coming all the way back to the East Coast.
From east back home. And we're going to New England.
We are going to Maine.
Maine.
Another beer you picked up. This is one of my... I love Maine.
Yeah, Maine's solid. But we haven't had this one, though.
I've never seen this one.
We've had lunch. We've had dinner. We've had second dinner. We've had... what's it? Another one? Was that the other one?
This is Little Whaleboat.
Wait, Little Whaleboat.
Little Whaleboat.
All right. Ooh, looks silky.
You know, during camping, we went to the Blairstown Inn. We always do that. It's like our tradition. First night, we go to the Blairstown Inn.
Yeah.
They have about 30 beers on tap, and they always have Maine. And my buddy Tim is a huge Maine fan. Cool. And he's like, we have to go there for the Maine. I said, yeah. They had a Maine Pilsner that night.
Maine Pilsner?
And it was delicious.
That sounds delicious.
It was very good.
I've been on my Pilsner kick. So.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
And this is 6.5% alcohol.
Yeah, which is not high.
So it's interesting, though. It's like their bottles are 1 pint, 0.9 fluid ounces.
Yeah, it's a weird size, right?
Yeah, it's like just over 16 ounces. It's almost 17 ounces.
But I love that it's in a bottle. I mean, I love the cans, but I love when a brewery just like this is their thing.
Yeah. Well, it's still cold.
It's ice cold. I can't wait.
It's
cheers.
Cold.
Thanks for picking this up,
Cheers,
too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Solid.
Very good.
Nothing compares to this.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes, you see what I did right there. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when we don't talk much on a beer and we just sit here, it's because we're actually like
enjoying it.
It's like we pause. It's like we're in a moment, you know. Like this is really, really good.
Yeah, it's funny when we really don't care for one or we're critical of it.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, right away. We're like, I don't know about this. I don't know about that.
But when we like it, we just drink it. And we're like,
put it down, and that's it.
Yeah. No, this is really good. Have you ever been up to Maine?
You know, I may have with sports when I was younger. I don't remember offhand if I was up there. Yeah, I would love to go.
Yeah, me too.
And just check it out.
I would love to go here.
Yeah, but it's a hike for us. What is that?
Yeah,
it's got to be
at least 6-7 hours.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. I wonder how much a flight is up there, you know?
You think they do flights?
No. Are you joking? I mean, how much it is to fly up there?
Oh, I think you meant flights. Like a flight of beer. Sometimes these bigger breweries, they don't do flights. Stupid.
I mean, it's just a flight to go there, yeah.
That would be like a 10-minute flight, don't it?
No. I know people who live around here who fly to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
My dad just came back from Pittsburgh, and he was going to fly, and he decided to drive.
Yeah. And that's what?
It's a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, so.
Flight's got to be an hour. It probably takes longer to get up there than it does come back.
Yeah. It is a little bit of
That's why I can't figure out our Kentucky flight. It's an 11-hour drive, yet it's 2.5 hours by plane, which I feel like is a long time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can get to Miami in 2.5 hours, and that's like a 20-hour drive.
I know.
I get it's got to be something with the wind and the turbulence.
Yeah, maybe the way it cuts across.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just strange to me.
It's interesting, but great job, Maine.
Great job.
You guys, I mean, it's one of those ones that I'm never disappointed if I see Maine on tap, and if it's one I've never heard of.
Giddy.
Yeah, I'll take the Maine.
Is this our first Maine beer on the show? I don't think it is. Have we did lunch on the show?
I feel like we had lunch.
Or dinner?
I think we had lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah. We did OG.
The shop right by me in Lyndhurst always has like 3 or 4 different Maines in the thing.
Well,
I'm gonna pick some up.
That's where I got this in Chester here. The shop right, and that's where I got the Anchor. Wow! Shout out to ShopRite in Chester, ShopRite Liquors in Chester.
Look at them. Look.
Yeah, I got 2 from.
The only thing is they're like $7 a bottle. Though,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. 16 ounce. Yeah, I guess that's a little pricey.
A little pricey for the can.
Maybe that's why they put the extra 0.9 on there. So that people are like, wow.
So you get your money's worth.
You get your money's worth on that, yeah.
You know, I'll pay for it, though. It's a good beer.
Yeah, definitely. You're paying for a good beer. And it's nice to see these kind of beers around because 5 years ago, we weren't seeing nearly as many options as we do now.
No, there are a lot of options. Now, what is that? Is that the breweries distributing, or is that the breweries actually partnering up with companies that are distributing them?
That's a really, really good question, because I don't know. I know that you have some distributors that pick up like your Dogfish and your Brooklyn and your Anchor Steam, and things of that sort. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if and I know that there's like Kane, I'm pretty sure was self-distributing. So
there's a couple breweries that I'm extremely fond of, local to us, that we go to often, that are partnering up with other distributors to distribute in the long, like farther away from where they are.
Yeah.
They still do their local distributing themselves, but for far away, they're using people.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, once a brewery uses a distributor...
Yeah. Are they selling out?
Yeah. I mean, I guess not. They're branching out, but...
the bottom line is this. As long as they keep producing the liquid that they're producing, and you're enjoying it,
who
whatever.
cares, right?
It is what it is. Yeah. And you can still visit...
let them make their money, right?
Yeah.
They got to make their money.
And you still can visit the brewery, and it's gonna be the same experience, The problem is when they start raising prices or this. Actually, it might be the opposite. It might bring their prices down, or might keep them where they keep them there.
Yeah.
They got to. They. That's business, man.
When I first started doing like bricks and Magnify, whatever, I remember beers were like $4 or $5. It was for a pint. It was like $4 or $5. Now they're like $7, $8.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's eventually we're gonna go back. We're going full circle already, where we're gonna end up just drinking the beers that we drank 20 years ago. Watch, you're gonna see us drinking Miller Lights before we know it.
I saw an ad for like Miller Lite. It was like 2 12-packs for like $20.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, with a Miller Lite, though, and the one thing you can never change about craft beer, what makes it craft beer, craft beers are delicious, but the alcohol percent. So you have to drink like 7 Miller Lights, and meanwhile you have like 2 of these, and you
get the same buzz.
Yeah. It's.
I had a Miller Lite the other night. I had one left over from a softball game, and I was on the couch, and I was like, I didn't feel like popping a big 16-ounce can of something heavy, and I was like, ooh, Miller Lite's in the back of the fridge. I popped it open. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, at the spur of the moment type of thing. It did its job for me.
Yeah. But it does nothing to you. My whole thing is,
I guess that's what I want. I didn't want anything. I just wanted the taste.
If I'm gonna pack on the calories, I'm not gonna
do it right.
Yeah. I want to have something that's gonna have a full flavor and has a nice. Might give you a little buzz once in a while.
I'm going on a cruise in a few weeks, so I'm trying to, watch my. I got a bikini I got to put on. So I figured Miller Lite, Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, well, you have to try to carry on the family tradition for the sexy legs competition.
Oh, yeah. My dad won the sexy legs competition a few years ago.
Yeah.
I might have to enter now.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah, I mean, they're already hairless. I don't shave them, but there's no hair down there. So.
Remember that, man? You were getting like little patches here and there on the beard, and then like now it looks good. It looks good. I think it worked itself out.
Mine?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I used to have like the alopecia here.
Yeah.
And then I used to get a lot of shots in my face.
Oh.
I used to get shots. Like the doctor would give me like 50 shots. He'd go boom, 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 boom. And it's gone. I'm sure if I shave, it's probably still little spots there. But I'm due for a shave, though.
If I didn't have my beard right underneath my chin...
Yeah, it's always a little...
I have a bald... but I grow it over. I do the comb over there, so no one ever notices.
Actually, watching last week's podcast, I was like nice and trimmed, and I was like, oh, you could tell that was a couple weeks ago we filmed that. I was nice and trimmed and short, and now I'm looking at me, I'm like...
It's scraggly.
Homeless.
Yeah.
Speaking of... not speaking of homeless, but... the murder. Have you seen the Gilgo murders?
Speaking of...
I don't know. Speaking of killing people... Speaking of alopecia.
We were speaking about murders. Alopecia or scraggly hair.
Well, I mean, when you die, your hair still grows, right? I think I was trying to connect it to
That was a great effort.
I tried. Oh, I think I got danger coming in my beard, too.
That's a real thing. beard druff, man.
Oh, beard dandruff is real. Yeah.
I'm
We
always
all
like
suffer
at
from
work because you don't realize when you're playing with your
it.
beard.
You start doing this,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden,
Then
it
you
looks
look
like it
down.
snowed.
You're like, oh my god.
Looks like you did a couple lines.
I've been using the Buffalo Trace beard shampoo.
For real?
Yeah,
You're that deep into the bourbon where you're rubbing it into your face now?
Dude, it's Duke Cannon, so it's like just a bourbon sense, but it's supposed to, they did a thing with Buffalo Trace, so it's Buffalo Trace beard shampoo.
Okay.
It's in a big tube, and they can fill that thing up too. When you squeeze it on, you just lather it up, and
maybe I'll check it out.
And it's been the best. And I've used quite a few different beard washes, and that one seems to be. This is not a commercial. That seems to be we don't get paid for this.
They're not watching.
The best one yet, and I like their beard balm wax or whatever you call it. Because it smells nice and bourbony. It's nice,
maybe I'll
man.
have to try that.
Oh, it's great.
Where do you get that, online?
Yeah, you can buy it from. You could actually get it at the Buffalo Trace website, but I would suggest getting it straight from Duke Cannon.
Okay.
Because I feel like I was ordering stuff from Buffalo Trace, and I ordered a beer bomb from Buffalo Trace, and I ordered one from Duke Cannon. The one from Duke Cannon just seemed more like it wasn't sitting on a shelf for a while. It just seemed fresher. I don't know how to put it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. But yeah, back to what Chad said. Speaking of beard,
I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at what we're going to talk about. I'm drinking my beer.
Speaking of beard lathering beards, you hear about the Gilgo murders? In what's that? Is that New York?
Long Island.
Long Island. And the architect. He's an architect. That guy, right?
He was an architect. Yeah.
And big dude, but apparently there's a lot going on there with that, huh?
So this all started in like 2010. Girls started missing and then showing up at the body parts and along the beach, and they were known as the Gilgo Four. I even think there's a movie on Netflix, the Gilgo Murders, Gilgo.
Is it new or is it one that was made before?
No, it was years ago.
Oh wow!
They just found this guy. They started using him as a suspect last year.
Okay.
I don't know why it took 12 years for them to figure
it out. And they had
out.
to get like pizza crust that he was eating to get his DNA.
It was weird. They found like his wife's hair, which she wasn't even involved. She was away. I don't know how they put it together. It's still ongoing. He's saying it's not him.
Yeah.
There was a lot of girls missing, though. More than just the 4. He's only being convicted now of 3 of the 4, but then there's like 10 or 12 more girls that are...
Right
they don't know who did it.
Now they're trying to see
Pin
if
him.
pin him for more because there was too many unsolved, I guess, murders.
Yeah,
and
they were all unsolved, really.
So they're like, wait a second, it could have been this fool.
Yeah.
So
they're saying that his family during this time went away, and which they think that he used his house to dismember and do whatever else he did. They were all young girls.
Yes. So basically, when the cat, being his wife, was away, he decided to do some bad shit.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's true, I mean, I don't know. It's just strange that it's 12 years later, and here's this guy that they're like, well, it's got to be him.
Yeah.
Why are you just figuring this out
now?
Yeah. It's not like 2010 was like 1970 where you didn't have all the forensics and all the stuff we do now.
No.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
No. DNA's been around forever. Well,
yeah, so I
like it.
Don't get it, but I mean, they must have enough where they think this guy is the guy. So they dug up his backyard. They found nothing.
Yes.
They did find like child porn.
And they did find that he was doing searches a lot on this in particular.
On this investigation.
Yes.
So it's strange. It's very strange.
Yeah, it is. It is. Hopefully justice is served, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, if he did this to all these girls, he's never going to see the light of day. I mean, he's probably never going to see the light of day again anyway, but...
Yeah.
It's a shame, man, because people go missing, and that's one of my, having children. Mm-hmm. That's one of my big fears. Like camping, we let the kids roam around the campground by themselves. As long as they stay in numbers, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
They walk around town by themselves. You just never know, though. It's always in the back of your mind that there's creepy people out there.
Yeah.
And it's... it's scary. It's a scary world we live in.
Yeah.
Because how do you protect your children? You can't. You're going to shelter them and make them stay inside the house. And these women were young girls. I don't know if they were
call
strippers
girls.
or escorts or prostitutes.
So he was basically, I think he was calling
on Craigslist.
Yeah,
looking for some girls.
He's like, all right. They were, I don't know, were they soliciting sex or something of that sort? And he would just call up these numbers and say, all right, let's do our thing. And you don't want to front the bill? I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know if it was. I don't know.
Who knows? He had a personal thing against them, or something happened. We don't know too much of the story yet, but it was still something that it's current news, and we're kind of like, all right, what the heck's going on with this? What's it going to escalate to? This might be something that we will revisit actually a little bit more in the future and talk about.
Yeah, I mean, this if this guy really did what they're saying he did, then he's probably the most modern serial killer that we can think of, right?
Yeah.
We haven't had a good serial killer.
He's a big dude too, man.
Yeah, he was a big dude, ugly looking dude.
Yeah, scraggly looking.
Yeah, we haven't had a good serial killer in years. Long time. It's been a long time.
A good serial killer in years.
Yes, I mean, we had Voorhees in the 70s, Kruger in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, these people had families, and hopefully they'll get all this resolved and figure it out, and this guy will get what he deserves.
I guess it's closure, too, to know who you're,
Well, it's not just that, too. There's people in the community are probably going to be like, wow, I feel a lot safer now this guy's not around. The wife divorced, the filed for divorce, too.
Filed for divorce?
Yeah. So if your wife...
But how do they feel safer? I mean, they've been living among this guy for years.
Well, he's not around to do anything anymore, so...
But they never even knew. Can you imagine living next door?
Yeah, but didn't they know
your
that,
neighbor?
But didn't they know that there was murders, though? So if they knew there was murders, then there had to be some kind of feeling of uneasiness.
Well, I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, I don't know. So
if my brother's watching, keep count of the
I don't know. In the ums. In other news, let's get off the Gilgo. There we are, another So I don't know if you've been seeing too. So we've talked about the whole border crisis. It's something that we've brought up before. What's going on there, and so now the latest thing with the border is they're giving Texas a hard time because Texas basically what they're doing is they're making
it foot down.
Yeah, they're making it more and more difficult for people crossing the border to come across the border into the United States.
Good.
I see both sides to it. I could see. So basically, where some of the issues that they said though is that these people with like babies and things are crossing the river and the Rio Grandes or whatever it is, and this is one thing I heard, not including like the barbed wire or the floating things they have in the river where the people can't get over, but they're sending them back and they're saying turn around, and they have the babies, they have the children, and they're who's at fault here though? The family that has the baby that knows they're going to be probably sent back through that same river. Or the guy that seems heartless because he's sending someone back that has a baby, and that baby or that child could potentially die going back into that river or whatever,
The family's fault.
Yeah, I know. I agree. And that's what I said. I see both sides where the humane thing, you want to be like, all right, they're people like us. They're humans. And, we know they're going through rough times. Otherwise, they won't be risking their asses to do things like this. But then there's the part that, we kind of...
We've said it, do it the right way.
Do it, yeah, you got to do it the right way, or you got to...
I've seen
But
videos,
the right way is not easy either, from what I understand. But
I mean, when Trump was in, I saw videos of his wall, and people throwing kids over it.
Yeah.
And then getting caught, and now the kid's gone.
Yeah.
You're not going to see your family. That's
yeah.
It. Keep your kids... if you have kids, you got to do it the right way.
Yeah.
If you're a loner and you want to take the chance and do whatever you can, yeah. But when you got a whole family, as the man of the family or the woman of the family, protect your children and do it the right way.
Yeah.
Do it the right way.
Or there's other ways too. You want to Work your ass off, get a plane ticket, fly to Canada, and cross the border there.
Hey, there's no river.
Don't, you know.
We're not in the situation. It's hard to say. I don't know how bad it really is there. I mean,
yeah, we don't deal with what they deal with. We don't view life through their eyes.
It's one of those things where it's like we don't know. We're not in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we do have it too good here where there's people struggling and we don't realize what we have.
Yeah.
You know, here we are complaining about it was raining when I was camping. The power went off, and air conditioning, and these people are throwing their babies over barbed wire to try to get here.
Yeah, no. And they're getting, like, they were showing like people are getting all cut up and stuff from the barbed wire. But
listen, if you are going to smuggle yourself into a country, it shouldn't be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
You got to go through the obstacles to get here. And you know what? As Texas people, they should sit there at the border. You just went over a flotation device? You just jumped over the barbed wire? Fuck, man, you can stay, bro. That was good. It's like American Gladiator. You can stay, bro. You just got through the whole... You're good. Enjoy.
Yeah, I know.
Here's a burrito.
That's fucked up. Yeah, no, I see it. I see that point. I see it's almost like you feel like you almost got to nip things at the bud. You know, you got to be like, all right, well, let's take care of it before it becomes an issue. Let's take care of it before we have them here and we have to deal with this. Because it is an issue. It's an issue for us as a country, our infrastructure, everything of that sort. Jobs, everything, you know.
Country's getting too crowded, and the government's going to try to start killing us off little by little. If they haven't started already.
Uh-oh, Johnny with his conspiracy theories. Yeah, so, I mean, hopefully all that gets figured out.
You know what? It'll never be figured out, man.
I know. I feel like we've been talking about borders for the last 30 years, you know?
And it's going to keep happening. It's the way...
I mean, we do have a lot in Mexico as far as Mexican plants.
Why don't we just invade them and take it over and fix it and
fix it? Let's fix it. We're gonna own Mexico now.
Yeah, you know? Like Putin, Biden, Putin.
But we have car plants there. We have everything from guitars to cars. You know, there's a lot going on in Mexico.
Taco Bell,
Jose Cuervo. But yeah,
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's something that we've talked about before. It's something that's going to go on for a very long time.
Yeah.
They need to figure out the right way to do it, whether it's our country figuring out something for them or their country figuring out something for them. Or listen, you break into a school, you break into a store, you break into somewhere, you're going to get in trouble for it.
Yeah. That's welcome to our country. The first thing is our laws. You know?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, why do you even want to come here anymore?
Yeah.
This country's turned into a shithole.
Yeah. Send them to San Francisco.
Yeah. Go open up Anchor Brewing. It'll become Modelo.
All right, Johnny. Johnny brought a special surprise today. Can you tell us what the name of this is, first off?
So that is Johnny Drinks.
And I thought it was perfect because this is Johnny.
I'm Johnny.
And Johnny drinks.
I drink a lot.
And I said, this is one. He's like, Ken, I got this bourbon. Johnny drinks. What do you think? I was like, hell yeah.
So when I bought this at a farmer's market.
All right.
There was a distillery company there giving out samples. And I saw bourbon, so I went up. I tried it. I thought it was good. They had other stuff too. They had gin. They had vodka. I tried a couple different things. It was 98.5 degrees outside. It was hot. But I said, you know what? Let me pick it up. And I didn't realize Johnny Drinks is actually a social media influencer. He's on Instagram.
You said
TikTok.
you follow him, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know at the time.
I didn't put it together.
Yeah, I didn't put it together. And then I was looking up the info on it, and I was like, oh my God, I follow this guy. This guy's hysterical. Like him and his son, they have a thing.
Yeah.
You know? They have a podcast. The actual distillery is called Sourland Mountain Spirits.
So this is a place that's next to one of my favorite, I think it's probably the best brewery in as far as beer making goes in New Jersey in my eyes. Troon, which is Troon Brewing, which is next to Brick Farm Tavern.
Yes.
So John was telling me about this beforehand, and I was like, oh, I have actually been to this place before. I've had drinks, I've had cocktails here before. There's a little distillery out there in the back. And
it's a collab between them.
Yeah, so basically it's John Rondy Sr. and John Rondy Jr. And quick on the so it's a New Jersey collaboration between Johnny Drinks and Sourland Mountain Spirits, like John had mentioned. United by family, both father-son businesses are proud to present this limited edition. So both father and son businesses. So I guess this is a father-son business too as well.
Well, Johnny Drinks is the father-son business. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Sourland is a family business. Yeah.
Yes. And this is a 4-year bourbon. It's at 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. And it's coming in at, I think it was 45. Yeah, 45% alcohol. And like I said, this is a 4-year. Excited.
Yeah, it says a welcoming aroma of vanilla, caramel, and this well-balanced bourbon from a sweet, I don't know, with a light apple finish. Blah, 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 blah. Think Maker's Mark meets Woodford Reserve.
Okay. I'm going to think that. Cheers. Thanks for bringing this, John.
Yeah, cheers. I mean, I hope it's okay.
Smooth.
It's smooth. It's light.
Yeah.
I don't taste an apple finish. There's something at the end there I don't know if I like. Hold on. It's a big glass.
Sorry. Or not sorry.
I like it. It's smooth.
It's smooth.
I could do this.
It's got some good flavor to it.
I get a little caramel, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as the vanilla. Definitely no apple finish. I don't know where that came from. I'm going to do it with the...
I don't know. Maybe I do get a little something there. I'm looking for it. I think I do get a little apple. I don't know. Or maybe because I'm thinking it now and I'm looking for it, and maybe it's just in my head, but...
You know what? When you mix it with a little bit of water...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like it. It's very smooth. Very easy.
Yeah. It's an easy drinker.
It's an easy drinker. I could see myself sitting on the couch at night doing a little bit of this.
Yeah. And how much did a bottle like this go for, John?
65.
65.
65. I do get a little caramel apple now. When I lick my lips, too.
It's just
a hint.
Yes, a hint.
But
And you have
a
to
hint
look for
is
it.
all you need, though.
In fact, I'm happy you read that because I kind of looked for it a little bit more, where I'm like, all right, let me see where this apple is, and I can get a little on that. More on that finish rather than going down. I think.
Listen, when I lick my lips a little bit,
Yeah.
and I just feel that taste in my mouth, I can see it.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me lick your lips.
You want to lick my lips? OnlyFans.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Johnny Drinks and Johnny Drinks.
Listen, if you're on Instagram, follow Johnny Drinks. I mean, the stuff he does is pretty cool. Like he shows you a cool way to do things.
Follow Speakeasy Podcast guys first,
yes,
and then follow Johnny.
And then
Drinks.
Johnny Drinks follow the Speakeasy Podcast as well.
Yes.
Mention us on your podcast because we're trying your bourbon.
Yeah.
And Sourland Distillery. I did a blueberry vodka from them. The lady mixed it with a little bit of lemonade, and I'll tell you what, that was phenomenal. It was really good. Then she had a lavender flavored vodka, which I didn't know you can. I don't know.
Lavender's kind of big, even in
taste like.
Yeah, people do more and more with lavender.
Did not like that one.
Coffee, tea, and all that stuff.
I'm not a lavender guy. I didn't try the gin.
Yeah. Well,
their normal bourbon, I believe, is a 2-year bourbon.
all right.
I don't know much about it. That's their normal.
Okay.
This is their.
Well, they
co-op.
sound like they're still pretty young in it, so you're not going to get anything aged like 20 years, unless you're doing like some MGP stuff. But But if they're making it, I wonder if I'm assuming they're making it there. But
we're going to have to just go to Troon and Brick Farm in Sourland, and we're going to have to make the trip.
I think we have to, yes. Yeah. But good stuff, guys. Great stuff. John, thanks again. Thanks for bringing us some shout-outs today. What do we got?
We are shouting out Anchor Brewing in San Francisco.
Let's see what happens.
Their doors after 127 years.
We hope you guys figure this out, but if you don't, best wishes to you.
Happy retirement.
For shaping this beer industry that we
absolutely
have. Maine, you guys aren't going out of business.
Maine,
really good.
We love you.
Like a fine beer. And
rest in peace, Tony Bennett.
Rest in peace. Sinéad.
Sinéad? Rest in peace, Sinéad O'Connor.
Sinéad O'Connor.
Nothing compares to you.
Thank you. And Gilgo, this stuff with this, hopefully, like I said, we talked already about this.
Yeah.
You know, the justice needs to be served on that.
Yeah, we'll try to keep everybody updated as we figure it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Texas, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, John.
Cheers again.
And as always, cheers to you guys.
Peace.